Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Poverty. I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. And if you haven't noticed, in the last couple of videos, I have dropped the DeFi degens. And I'm going to explain why in this video today. And I'm going to tie it to something that I heard Ray say, and it rubbed me the wrong way initially. And I had to figure out exactly why I couldn't get behind this and why I didn't agree with it. I'm going to play that clip for you first, and then we're going to break that all the way down. So this is from his alpha leak for Drip Drop Draw about now a week or two ago. So this is the first alpha leak that we had. Reference it, and it's reference a comment where he was referring to a previous video about making whales go back in their bag, and he breaks this down in this video. I'm going to play it for you, then we're going to break it down, and I'm going to explain my take on all this and show you what I think the future actually holds for us in the DeFi space, and specifically the Drip community.
So this is one that I got to share with you guys. So this is bullish. Best one for now, boom, boom, boom. Previously, each 1 BUSD entered was a 1 BUSD foregone. So if you didn't end up winning anything, right? Okay, wait, hold on. We got to re-explain this. Okay, if you don't end up winning anything, now you get to keep 75% of each dollar as a new deposit in Drip for the wallet you entered with. Ray, can you clean that up? What does that mean? That basically means, guys, it gives an incentive for brand new capital to come into this with low risk, because you putting in $1, you're risking only 25% of that dollar into the raffle, but you're still getting the benefit of you putting in $1, right? There's an extra incentive for you to put in fresh capital versus putting Drip with this, because 25% of it goes into the raffle. And then if you lose 75% of that dollar that you put in, it goes into buying Drip and just depositing it into your account. So, you know, it gives an incentive for brand new capital to want to play this, because instead you don't have to just take Drip from your faucet and recycle it, right? We don't ultimately, I told you guys this in other videos, right? When we start thinking of these game theories, we have to make the whale want to reach back into his pocket. We want to make the whale, we want to give the incentive for the whale, not only the whale, big fish, small fish, all fish, right? But we want to give an incentive for somebody who is already in Drip, or somebody, whatever, to go back into their pocket to want to participate. So now,
all right, so that was the clip I wanted to play. So it was actually another video where he said make the whale go back in his pocket, and it was reference to creating platforms and games and stuff in the community. And it's like, we want the whale to go back in his bags. And in my head, like, yeah, I couldn't quite wrap my head around that concept at first. I was like, that's just more gambling. It doesn't make any sense. I can't get behind that. I don't quite understand it. But I started breaking it down further, and I can look at it from a different perspective, especially when you look at it in the traditional finance and company world. So a company gets popular and produces a lot of value by having repeat customers. So that is actually true, right? So you do want someone, for example, if you're a restaurant, you want people to come back to your restaurant and buy again. That could be interpreted as going back in their bag. However, in the degen space, which is why I've dropped that name, it's really just people gambling again. And like I showed you guys on my channel multiple times, if you're gambling at the casino, ultimately the house wins. And ultimately that money's coming, circulating from within the DeFi space. And that means you're technically, someone else is losing that money. So you have to create an actual company that provides value, and everyone wins. The shareholders win when the company, we're going to explain this with other examples, actually produces more quality products and improves their products and all this other stuff. And then they grow, and the shareholders grow. And of course, the people with the products are happy because the products look better and are worth more. So first up, what about this degen thing? So I used to be a proud degen and wore that badge with honor. But those of you who haven't been around long enough may not even really realize what a degen is or where that term came from. So let's look at CoinGecko's definition, shorthand for degenerate. Degen trading, or degen mode, is when a trader does trading without due diligence, research, aping into signals, FOMO into pumps. A degen trader does not know about metrics like FDV or TBL, nor do they care. And when you look over at what is this? Another blog. In the world of DeFi, a degen doesn't necessarily look so depraved. They are simply someone who acts on zero or poor information, or more commonly, someone who has embraced self-efficating humor while referring to themselves. So the term aping in is used quite aggressively in the DeFi degen space. And I explained that to you guys before with the GameStop short squeeze that they did, and apes together strong and all that. And it made sense again from that perspective, but it really came from like a self-deprecating place of the retail, or calling retail investors just dumb money, which is dumb apes. And then it kind of got coined, and yeah, we embraced it because, you know, together it was able to do stuff. But to me, it's actually not what we want to be. You want to, it's a great start, right? Rallying people behind something and getting energy all directed into one space. But if we ultimately want to succeed in this space and see this space mature and grow to what we know it's capable of, you can't be a degen anymore. And when you look at what I mean by what it's capable of, there's this cool chart here, there's a couple more, but you see how small, this is old, Bitcoin's bigger than this, but how small Bitcoin is compared to other markets as well as other products and services. This one shows it even a little better. So when you zoom all the way out, this is showing a fraction of the crypto market, then gold, stocks, all the money in the world, and real estate, and then the global debt. So what I'm getting at is that we will never see well, you can see life-changing gains in money, of course, with a couple $100,000. That can be different for you. But if you're really trying to change the game from the people that have had power for hundreds of years, we have to outgrow and mature past the degen kind of modes. You can't just ape into stuff and hope for the best. You can't just keep jumping around from shipport to shipport and hoping to win on the next one. It's just gambling, like I said. So the space has to mature. So that goes back to this clip that Ray mentioned, and it's like, how do we get the whale to go back in their bag? So that's why I said it rubbed me the wrong way initially, because I was looking at it as just more gambling. It's like, get the whale to take more of their money, to throw it in, to pump the TVL, pump the price, and then hopefully now some of the smaller people can ROI or get out. But what we really need, and that's why also on the side note that the drip drop draw is a good thing, because there are people that do like to gamble. So having a raffle, having a scratch ticket model, having these types of incentives is necessary, because there are people that do like to gamble. So don't get me wrong on that. I definitely support it, and I think it's going to be great for the ecosystem. However, what I have decided to do with, again, my project Change 360, and again with the content I'm putting out here on this channel, which is why I have not shilled other projects, is I want to see the space mature. And if it's not going to mature, then I'm going to lead the charge myself, because I believe that articles like this, 10 industries potential to reach $1 trillion valuations in the next 10 years, are actual industries that provide value and not just gambling. Gambling is going to always be there, and even gaming. So like being able to play to earn, I like that kind of stuff. But I know that if I want to see my project grow and I want to see the space grow and mature, then it's got to go outside of just games and gambling. That's going to be a good incentive to get eyeballs on it and grow it initially. Like I mentioned in my casino example, them having the flashing lights and be able to win $1 million jackpot with a quarter, that's great. That brings in money. That has revenue. That's awesome. But the casino also has shows. It has retail. It has luxurious rooms and spas. It has a bunch of other stuff, so that once you're in, they can actually get you to spend more money elsewhere. And that is truly what I think is representative of the statement, make the whale go back in his bag. So if you actually operate a brick and mortar business or even a retail business, everybody knows in marketing that it's the initial acquisition of the customer that costs you the most amount of money. Once you get them, you want to get them to spend more. So the upsell, when you get someone to come into your store and they want to buy one thing, Walmart does this magnificently, which is why they put everything under one roof. You get them to come in and they want to just get some bread and milk, but they leave with, you know, stuff for the baby and, you know, tire change stuff and and video games for the kids. That's because you acquired the customer with one thing, but now you get them to spend more. You upsell. Same thing. We work at a movie theater. They come in to get a ticket for the movie. They don't make money off of the movie. I work there. They make money off the upsell, selling you a bag of popcorn for $5 that costs 25 cents to pop. That's where the money's made. So the acquisition of the customer and then the upsell part And that's what I think is really meant by make the whale go back in his bag. And that's what these companies will do. Technology, healthcare, automotive, sustainable energy, internet, retail, all of these are providing value, and then they are able to continue to grow and scale because they can offer additional goods and services on top of whatever the initial item is that the person came to their location to purchase. When you look at the biggest companies in the world by market cap, you can see that they are tech companies or product and service companies, except for Saudi Aramco and Berkshire Hathaway. So Apple, we all know they make a lot of money. They sell like Spotify or iTunes, which is all digital music. Then of course their physical goods and services. Then of course their software and stuff like that. But they make a lot of money by getting you to buy one thing, and once you buy it, you're like, hey, it's compatible with this and with this and with that, and then they roll you over into other projects, and then you sell your soul. Microsoft, perfect example, does all the same thing. They just acquired ChatGPT basically, and they're going to start shoving other things down your throat. But you come in looking for one thing, and they give you multiple other things to spend your money in other areas. We all know Alphabet, Google doing the exact same thing. Amazon originally started out, you may not even realize this, to sell books. They were originally just a book seller. They were trying to topple Barnes and Noble in the physical book space, and then they have become now a product and service giant. Tesla, we know they sell a bunch of different software and stuff like that, and they're an AI company, and then a boring company, basically all this other stuff, right? Just ridiculous. So the point I'm getting at is that if we want to see true life-changing gains, in my opinion, with the DeFi space, the space in itself has to mature. It can no longer be made up of degens. Degens are going to help get it on the leaderboard, and it's going to attract people because, as we've seen, people will FOMO. They will jump into projects, and you need those people 100%, because that will help bring awareness, and they're going to start sending out tweets and telling you, hey, I can make how to make $100 overnight, how to make $1,000 in the next 7 days, like all of those clickbait titles that we need. Those, I've used those myself. They work. They get the eyeballs 100%. But 9 times out of 10, probably 99 out of 100, most people are not going to make that money. And we've seen that lately in the ecosystem, because this is the first bear market for the drip ecosystem. So what do we need to sustain the next bear market? Granted, we're going to be coming out of this one in the next 12 to 18 months, but there will be another cycle. And we already know how painful it is now. So we need things in place for that next one that resemble companies that have been around for a long time and have a proven track record. I mean, 1933, Saudi Aramco, of course, selling oil. But my point is that they're based on sound mechanics and a business model, selling an actual product, selling an actual service, selling software, whatever it is, and then slowly adding other things on top of that to keep that person tied into the ecosystem. So yes, the whale goes back in their bag, but they don't feel like they're gambling when they do so. They go back in their bag because this item adds more value to them. So hopefully that made sense to all you guys and you get where I'm coming from. And again, I've expressed this multiple times, I'm not against gambling, poker, whatever the stuff is. Even Forex mentioned this when they asked him if he would create some kind of gambling platform or whatever the case may be. And he mentioned, or sports betting, sports books, and he gave his perspective. And it's essentially what I'm saying, the same thing, is that somebody ultimately has to win, and the game is rigged in those cases. And not everybody in the ecosystem can win if we create those platforms. And my sole purpose, I created this channel to try to empower the impoverished. I want people that are following me, taking my example, to actually win. And there's no other way for me to do that unless I create something that provides value that other people value and they want to purchase, and no one loses at the expense of someone else. So that's why my Change 360 platform is selling a product or service. If you buy it today or you buy it a year from now, it will still satisfy the product or service you purchased it to satisfy for. It's not like it's lost value because you're a year late. Technically, if it's a good product or service, it will actually increase in value, right? Because it's a better version going forward based off all the feedback. So anyway, that was enough rambling on for me, but I wanted to share this with you guys. I definitely, again, support the drip, drop, draw, and I will be playing on my channel, of course, but I am 100% focused on my Change 360 platform on creating value and utility that has zero, and I repeat, zero Ponzi-nomics. All right. that is it for this one. If you found it valuable, you know the drill. Smash that show special. Brother out. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real-world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.